Good morning, dear students. Welcome to all of you to today's alternative English class. Today in this class we are going to read the unit The Wonder World of Science, and this unit contains 3 chapters. The first chapter is Cures for the Common Cold, second one is Typing Your Own Blood, third one is Some Differences. Okay, so now we are going to read the first chapter named Cures for the Common Cold. So now let's start the lesson. So dear students, today let's start the chapter Cures for the Common Cold, and this one is being written by Harold S. Dyer. Okay, but as I told you previously also, the title of the chapter completely focus what is the theme of the unit or what is the theme of the chapter. So here also definitely the title is emphasizing that in this chapter a number of remedies are being mentioned regarding cold, means what we have to do whenever we are suffering from cold and what are the preventive steps that we have to take. So all these things are thoroughly mentioned in this chapter. But listen one thing, whenever I am reading line by line, because without looking at the book it's practically not possible to teach. So whenever I am going to, means I am reading line by line, you also go through the book so that it would be easy for you to understand. Look at the book. Despite general skepticism means what? Skepticism means it is a belief that complete knowledge we can't get on something. Means suppose I know English, but the truth is that I can't get all the knowledge of English. It is practically not possible. Okay, so absolute knowledge on a particular thing a single person can't get. That one known as skepticism. About cures for the common cold. So here it is mentioned, despite general skepticism about cures for the common cold, that people know, people have enough knowledge on cold, and there is a belief that we can't get rid of cold permanently. Suppose today I am suffering from cold, I may take some medicine, I may take some pills, but after 4-5 days once again the condition might be same. Permanently I can't get rid of cold. Are you getting my point? So it is mentioned that even when we know that complete knowledge is not possible, complete remedy is not possible, but still millions of dollars worth of commercial remedies. And what is the meaning of commercial remedies here? It is referring to the medicine which is available in the market. Commercial remedies are still sold in this country every year. We know we can't get rid of cold, but still thousands of medicine, millions of medicine of worth crores of rupees medicine is being sold in the country each and every year. Okay, in this country means it is not referring to India, it is referring to a foreign country. Old fashioned cures. What do you mean by old fashioned cure? Old fashioned cure means in the past people are using a number of remedies to get rid of cold. For example, now also whenever we catch cold, our parents are asking us to take ginger, okay, or ginger tea. Understood my point? So these things are being taken whenever we are suffering from cold. So likewise there was also some old fashioned medication, and what is that? That is asafoetida and camphor. Asafoetida means what? Hing which is used in food. Asafoetida and camphor are no longer in vogue. Vogue means used. Okay, so these two, asafoetida and camphor, these two are old fashioned remedy which is being used to get rid of cold. Understood? This is a question. But in their place had come a whole new arsenal of popular remedies, vitamins, vaccine, nasal medication and other drugs. We know this is good to get rid of cold, but honestly speaking, we people don't have the time to do all the processing. So what are we doing? We are going to markets and purchasing some medicine and taking it to get rid of cold. Understood? So here these things were used in the past, but right now these things are not used. Instead of these things, arsenal. Arsenal means what? Arsenal means a place where weapons are being stored, and here arsenal of medication means what? Weapons means too much medicine is available in order to get rid of cold. Arsenal of popular remedies and some vitamins are there. Vaccine is also there for flu. Vaccine is also being taken, and nasal medication, nasal spray is also there, and a number of other drugs are also available in order to get rid of cold. Drug means medicine here. Okay, drug means is not that drug. Yet, careful investigation shows that many of the most widely advertised remedies now on the market are utterly worthless. But still, from an investigation, it came to light that a number of remedies which is available in the market, they are of no use. People don't use that one also. Means that is worthless. Even when you use that one, you can't get rid of cold. Means completely valueless medication. Some of them, in fact, may be definitely harmful, and some of them are particularly harmful. Which one is harmful? Some of the remedies which are available in the market to get rid of cold is harmful for our body also. There might be some side effects. Is there any remedy then of value in the treatment of cold? Then there is a question that is there any remedy by which we can get rid of cold? There is no measure that uniformly effective. Uniformly effective means what? Consistently, continuously effective for the prevention of the common colds. But there is no proper medication by which we can get rid of cold completely. There is our studies, however, did reveal one group of medications which seem to have distinct belief. And here it is mentioned our study, our means whose? The writer and some of its colleagues and some of its people. They have done a study, and from that study it came to light that there is a particular group of medication that is very helpful to get rid of cold. And morphine. And what is that? Morphine. Morphine is a powerful drug, and this is used to stop pain. Okay. And here it is used to get rid of colds. Used to get rid of colds. Did you understand? So morphine which is a derivative of opium you know. So morphine, from which, from what morphine is derived, means morphine is being taken from what? Opium. Okay, so the root thing is opium and morphine is only a derivative from opium. Understood it? So, showed excellent results but was discarded because of its danger. And morphine, whenever it is being taken in cold, it was having excellent results, super result it was having, but later it was being rejected because it was quite dangerous for human health. But several other derivatives of opium which are still less toxic. Listen, it means what? Morphine, which is a derivative from opium, is quite effective for cold, but it has some disadvantages on human body. That's why morphine is being rejected to use prevent cold. Okay, question is why morphine is not used to prevent cold? Because it has some adverse effect on human body. That's why it is not used. And still some of other derivatives of opium are there, and that are quite less toxic and carry no practical danger of habituation, proved to be definitely valuable. And still there are some medication, there are some things which is being derived from opium, but they are not harmful for human body. In our first studies, codeine and papaverine both gave evidence of value, and now two new name came into light. That one is codeine, CO, and papaverine. Okay, so these two came into light right now. In our first studies, codeine and papaverine both gave evidence of value in the treatment of acute cold. Means if cold is quite severe, then you can use this codeine and papaverine. These two are quite helpful to prevent cold, that is also acute colds. Neither was so effective as morphine, however, and since both are quite differently chemically, it was decided to try them in combination. But even when these two are used to prevent cold, to get rid of cold, but still these two are not highly effective like morphine. Okay, it means which one is more effective? Morphine is quite more effective than this codeine and papaverine, but these two are chemically completely different from each other. That's why it was decided that these two will be taken in combination. Both will be combined and it will be taken to get rid of cold. Understood? Number of questions will come there. Okay, so try to understand it properly. And the codeine papaverine mixture proved to be, after morphine, the most valuable of all cold medication. And as it was decided that this codeine and papaverine will be used combiningly to get rid of cold, that's why it is being taken, and what the result was quite good and it was quite effective to get rid of cold. So finally it was decided that this codeine and papaverine, this mixture will be taken combiningly in order to get rid of cold. But now the question was, what should be the dosage? What should be the amount? Okay, in what quantity both these two will be combined? So it was decided that a preparation consisting the codeine papaverine mixture proved to be, after morphine, the most valuable of all cold medication, and as a result it came to light that this combination became highly effective for each and every type of cold. A preparation consisting of 1/4 grain of codeine and 1/4 grain of papaverine was finally selected as the most effective dosage. And what was the dosage? Here 1/4 grain of this codeine, 1/4, and 1/4 grain of this papaverine was used to, means it was selected, it was decided that 1/4 grain of codeine and 1/4 grain of papaverine will be taken combiningly to get rid of cold. And of 1500 students who were given this preparation for the treatment of acute head colds, 72% reported definite improvement or complete relief within 24 to 48 hours. What was the result? When this codeine and papaverine mixture was being given to people combiningly, what was the result? First there was a survey, and the survey was being taken over 1500 students. Okay, to 1500 students this mixture was being given. Okay, it means this combination was given to 1500 students who were suffering from acute, means severe head cold. Understood? And the result was quite, means pleasing, and 72% reported definite improvement or complete relief within 24 to 48 hours. And how many students they reported complete relief? 72% of the student. This is 100%. Out of this 100%, 72% student, they say they are completely free from this cold, and within 24 to 48 hours the students did get relief from cold. The chief beneficial effect was a marked decrease or complete disappearance of nasal congestion and discharge. And what was the most effective result? There was no nasal discharge. Okay, and with the relief of these symptoms, in many cases the progress of the cold seemed to be arrested and the secondary stage of protracted nasal discharge avoided. Protracted means what? Lengthened. Means something that continued, means something that lingered over a long period of time. Okay, so here after taking this medication, 72% student, because it was a survey which is being conducted over 1500 students, 72% they say they are feeling to some extent 80-90% cured, or they are completely cured within 24 to 48 hours. Okay, it means this result was quite dramatic. It was very good. And second, and even there was no chance of secondary nasal discharge. While taking this medication, most of the students were up and about, and students, you know, they were students, and when they were taking this medication, what were they doing? They were not taking bed rest, they were moving here and there. Most of the students were up and about attending classes, and what were they doing? They were also attending classes, means they were not taking bed rest, they were busy in their work. Because there is a belief that, or it is also means scientifically proved that after taking medicine, if you are taking little bit rest, then you will feel much more better. Had they remained, the same thing is mentioned, had they remained in bed while using it, it is probable that even better results might have been obtained. And it is mentioned if they were remained in the bed, then they might have got more better results, because the students are moving here and there, they were busy in their work. The earlier in the course of the coal that this preparation is used, the larger the proportion of good results. This preparation commonly called copavin. So here codeine and papaverine. So this mixture is named as copavin, C-O-P-A-V-I-N, copavin. What is copavin? Copavin is the mixture of codeine and papaverine, and this mixture is being done by taking 1/4 grain of codeine and 1/4 grain of papaverine. This is also one question. Okay. So this mixture is known as copavin. And next it is mentioned is not advertised to the public, but it is available through physician. But at the same time, this mixture was not advertised to public, but it was available when physicians, means doctors, were prescribing it, otherwise it was not available. And who should decide when and in what dosage it should be used? Because physicians only, the doctors were only having the right to decide at what time this one will be given to the patient, or what should be the dose of this copavin. Understood? So till now I have taught you paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Next we will read paragraph 6, 7, 8 and 9 and we will complete this chapter. Okay. Till that time, thank you. Have a nice day.